So I am at the doctor's office. I'm in the waiting room, just waiting to be seen at this point. I need to get my labs drawn, and then I need to be seen for just like a possible UTI. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. Just kind of get checked to make sure everything's good, which everything should be good, but just to be sure. And then yeah, so today I had to bring Onyx with me. Onyx.
Yeah?
Onyx needs a haircut. I'm gonna cut all the boys' hair this weekend and redo the girls' hair as well.
I have Spider-Man Minecraft.
Do you?
Yeah.
You also have Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah.
I love this little Valentine's. It's like a Valentine's Spider-Man for boys. I got this from Walmart. It's so cute. So we're just chilling, waiting on the doctor and nurse to come back, and we'll see what's going on here. So what I don't think I was able to say out there, I'll say in here, that is that I was having some weird spotting last week. It since has stopped, but I was getting like UTI vibes from it. Not that I was having really any other symptoms, but I always have silent UTIs. Like I never really have symptoms, and the only symptom I might get would be like dark spotting, and I had a little bit of that. And I was like, it could be some type of vaginal infection, but I'm not having any other symptoms besides that spotting. So that's what I'm here for today. They're just gonna check my urine and see if I have UTIs. They might do that test for like other stuff, which is fine if they do that. But yeah, just kind of see. And then also today I'm gonna get my NIPT blood test, which is gonna confirm the gender that I already got through sneak peek. And also what else is he gonna do? Oh, and then test for genetic, all the genetic stuff, all the stuff, all the things. Onyx was I wanted to bring his headphones, but I forgot. We were rushing. Yeah. Side note, I'm hungry and tired. I'm always tired, but I'm hungry. So there's this really good Mexican place over here. I'm gonna go and stop by and get a smothered burrito. It's my favorite thing to get from there once we leave here. So I'm just waiting for them to come back in. Once they come back in, then I'll go get my blood work drawn, and then we can leave. And then I have to go home and work. That's why I hate being sleepy, because when you're tired, it's so hard to push through being this type of like pregnant exhaustion. It's so hard to push through and get stuff done. But I really just cannot afford to not get this stuff done. Like I got a vlog I need to edit for you guys. I have so much stuff, so many promos I need to do, like so much stuff. We got moved to the ultrasound room because she's like, really, my urine didn't show anything but dehydration. I'm dehydrated, and I could have told her that. Get you something to eat when we leave here, okay? Okay, so I just got done with my ultrasound. I'm about to get dressed, but there's no heartbeat, so I'm trying to keep it together because I have Onyx with me. But yeah, I am home. I don't even know where to start. Hold on. So last week I woke up. I think I had an appointment on Friday for a growth check, and I woke up to use the restroom, wiped, had a little bit of spotting, dark red. So I was like, I don't normally have spotting in any of my pregnancies. It's not something that's normal for me. But I didn't freak out because I had an appointment with my doctor. So I went into my doctor, told him, I was like, I had a little spotting this morning. He did the ultrasound. He said, baby's fine, great heartbeat. I'm not going to worry about the spotting unless it's continuous or it gets heavier or accompanied with like cramping. If that happens, let me know. Again, that was a Friday, so yeah. So anyway, I had a little bit more spotting Saturday. Sunday, I didn't have any spotting. And then Monday morning, I had like a little bit more when I went to the restroom and wiped. It wasn't something that was like coming out. It wasn't a lot of anything. So Monday, I called the nurse, and at this point, I'm starting to think, is this a UTI? Like, it could be something else. I started to think of other things because I was like, this can't be a miscarriage because I don't feel like I'm having a miscarriage. Although I don't know what it feels like to have a miscarriage because I've never had one. But I just assumed like there would be more signs, more bleeding, more cramping, there would be something. And it just wasn't that. So I just was like, this can't be that. Plus I just had an ultrasound. He had a strong heartbeat. Doctor said everything looked good. Like, this can't be that. So I started thinking like maybe it's an infection or something that I'm not aware of. Even though like I didn't feel like I had an infection. Like, normally you have your body gives you signs that you're having some sort of infection or something, and I didn't feel that. So, but I was like, well, the spotting's got to be something. Sometimes when if I were to get like a UTI or something, I might not have any symptoms besides some spotting or some urgency to go. So I told the nurse that. She's like, well, UTI is something that we could send you antibiotics for, but because you don't really have any other symptoms, we would want to run your urine and see. She's like, but let me call your doctor and ask him what he thinks, and I'll get back to you. And she's like, I'll get back to you. So she calls me back the next day, and she's like, yeah, your doctor said, because I had an appointment today anyway for blood work. So basically got back to me and said like that my doctor said that it was okay for me to just get an appointment on this, get an appointment on the same day as my blood work because, I don't have any other new symptoms. It was the same symptoms, so I was okay to wait to come in rather than be prescribed something. They just wanted to make sure. So, I go in today and, you guys saw that at the beginning of the video, and they tested my urine and they were like, you don't have anything. You don't have a UTI. There's nothing else going on that we can detect. But you are dehydrated. But she's like, before I let you leave, I want to make sure that I see a heartbeat and, that everything's okay with the baby since you did have some spotting. So she takes me to the next room. We do the ultrasound. And you guys know how the screen is on the wall. And, I see the baby. And I've not seen a heartbeat either. And she's like, looking. I try not to freak out about it because, sometimes it takes them a minute to get the right angle. And then she touches my arm and she says, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a heartbeat. She's like, but I'm going to get another doctor in here and get another set of eyes just to be for sure. So I have Onyx with me. Y'all know he was with me today, so I didn't want to freak out in front of him. So I'm breathing, like, I call my boo and I tell him, and he's telling me, okay, calm down, calm down. She must not know what she's talking about. Like, let her get the other person in there. Let's get the second opinion. Like, just before you freak out, just calm down. So I'm like, okay, I'll call you back. She was gone for quite a while. And then she comes back with another doctor where she's a PA. But I guess that's all she had on hand. And she also does another ultrasound. And she's looking around. And, I'm just looking at the baby. And I'm just not seeing anything. It's nothing there. The baby's there. But there's no movement at all. And this second lady, she's real friendly. She takes some measurements, and I see on the screen that the baby's measuring the same size it was the week before, when I last saw the baby. And so she's like, okay, that's it. She's like, I'm gonna step out for a minute. She steps out, her and the doctor I was originally with, they step out for about another 10 minutes. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm just thinking, this has to be a mistake. I'm just thinking, this has to be a mistake. This is not happening to me. So the doctor comes back in and she's crying immediately. And she says, I'm so sorry. And, again, I'm trying to keep it together. I have Onyx with me. And she's like, I'm so sorry. She had to catch herself. She's like, I apologize. She's like, this is just something that's very near and dear to my heart. She's like, and I really, I hate to have to say this. She's like, but neither of us saw a heartbeat. And so we're going to call it a loss. So she was like, just kind of went over what's going to happen next. Basically, she was like, I guess I'm sorry. I'm just so, I don't know. There's just so much going on right now. It's hard to think straight. But she was saying that they have to take my blood today and then again in 2 days. But today is, it's like, we're on the heels of a weekend. So they're going to be closed, obviously. And so she's like, we'll take it today and then we'll take it again on Monday. And then after they see, I guess confirmed by blood that the baby is no longer living or whatever, then they can go from there. And I don't know what that means. That's just what she told me. So I really don't know what's next. But I do know that there was no heartbeat. Get my blood taken. I held it up. I held it in pretty well. I mean, I had some tears flowing, but I wasn't, I held it in pretty good because I'm trying to be strong for Onyx so I don't alarm him because he doesn't know what's going on. And I make it to the front desk. She hands me a paper and she's like, give this to the front desk and they will schedule you in for Friday. And at this point, I'm not hearing anything. I'm in a movie. I'm in a dream. This is not happening. Feels like it anyway. So I go to the front desk lady, and she's new. And I know she's new because she was there the last time. And one of the lead front desk ladies has been training her. But she had stepped away to help Onyx. To not help Onyx, but to get Onyx some snacks. And it was very quiet. There wasn't a lot of people in there today. I'm like, here's the paper. I need to make an appointment for Monday. And she was just confused. And usually I have patience because she's an older lady. And I was like, I know she's training. And I know the other lady was trying to help get Onyx some snacks and stuff. And she was just confused. And she was like, well, what do you need? And which provider? And I'm just like, I just couldn't find the words to tell her, say anything. So I just was like, give me a second. And I had to just grab some tissues and I broke down right there in the front desk. And I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to cause a scene. But everybody was understanding. The nurse for the doctor who was helping me came out and everybody was like, I was like, I'm just apologizing profusely. Yeah, just, because I was just embarrassed. Not embarrassed. I didn't want to break down right there. I was trying to be strong. And it just was, it was just a situation, I couldn't keep it in. Everybody was understanding. Everybody in the office is so nice. And so they were like, don't apologize. It's okay. I know they were offering me water. I don't know every time somebody's crying or whatever, they ask you if you need water. But I just was like, no, I'm okay. It's fine. I'll be all right. I'm sorry for crying right here. And then they made my appointment and I was like, okay. And I'm out of here. And then I just sat in the car and I just had to cry for a minute, even though, I know Onyx was probably like, what is going on? But he was playing his tablet and I had to just let it out. So I called my boo and, I see he's visibly upset as well. I think it's been a lot. I mean, this just happened a few hours ago. I'm just drained. You know what I'm saying? Just mentally, emotionally, physically. I know that the doctor was just saying, basically, since it is the weekend, if I start cramping or having heavy bleeding, go to the emergency room. And I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Like, what the fuck happened? I just saw him last Friday. I just saw 5 days ago. And it was a boy, by the way, you guys. I just saw him, and he was fine, and now he's gone. I'm just kind of numb right now. I'm just drained from crying and being emotional. And then I have to tell the kids, and I know they're all going to be upset. But I'm just going to stay strong for them and for myself and just take things one day at a time. This was not obviously expected, and I don't know really how things are going to go. I'm praying that, God will guide me and heal my heart and my mind and my body, and that, hopefully, everything will come out naturally and I won't have to get any medical interventions. But if I do, that's okay too. I will say, it hurts. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. It hurts. And this is really shocking because I've never had to go through this before. And my heart goes out to anyone who has suffered miscarriages or even multiple miscarriages, because I can't even imagine going through this even once, and I'm going through it now, and let alone multiple times. So my heart goes out to any mom who's suffered multiple miscarriages, because this feeling is a very dark feeling. It just doesn't feel good. And I just keep thinking of like all the different signs, I guess. I feel like I knew something was wrong, or maybe my subconscious knew, but my present mind didn't want to acknowledge it. But remember when I came in and told you guys a few weeks ago how I just felt like my nausea had went from 100 to like 0. I won't even say 100, 80 to 0. And I just feel like, I was really concerned then. And I was like, what's going on? And then I started picking up the nausea again and the exhaustion. And so I'm like, okay. And then I saw him in the ultrasounds, and I was getting confirmation that he was okay. So I was like, it must just be me being paranoid. And now I'm kind of feeling like, maybe that was just my subconscious telling me that something was going on. And because this has never happened to me before, I didn't know what to expect. Another thing that I keep running through my head is that last week on Thursday, before I went to my appointment on Friday, the day before, I felt like I got to put my hand down because my camera keeps, I hate that new update where every thumbs up is a bubble. Like, what is that? But the day before, I felt like I got hit by a bus. Like, I was down. I was super tired. I was super lethargic. My body just wasn't moving and shaking. Like, I know pregnancy, and I know pregnancy exhaustion, and that was just like times 10. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And I was thinking then, like, I should go to the doctor. But I was like, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'll just bring it up then. Which I did. I did bring it up to my doctor, and I told him that and the spotting. And like I said, he was just like, as long as, he didn't think much of it. He didn't seem like it was much to think of it. And honestly, it probably wasn't. Because even to me, I'm like, what is exhaustion? You're pregnant. You have 9 kids. Obviously, you're going to be tired. But that day just felt different. And the next day I got an ultrasound, and I saw his little heart beating away, and I was like, okay, all right. you're growing a baby. It takes a lot of energy. You're just exhausted. But truth be told, that was the last time I saw him alive. And I think he passed away either that day or that weekend. So, because I don't know, did I mention this earlier? He measured the same size he was then. They didn't catch that, but I did. So, I'm just like wanting to wake up from this nightmare that I'm in, but you know, it'll be okay. I'm just gonna keep telling myself it'll be okay. If he was meant to be born, he would have been born. And I think I just questioned like what happened. I want to blame myself because I feel like I got sick. I had strep throat. I had to take antibiotics. I had to take a steroid. Honestly, my throat still kind of hurts, but I didn't want to take any more antibiotics or medicine. Well, one side of my throat, like my lymph node, is kind of like sore. But I didn't want to take any more medicine unless absolutely necessary. And now I'm like, could that be the reason? Could have been something else. I don't know if I'll ever know what happened or what was wrong with him or what caused this, because I just have no idea. And to see him on the ultrasound with no heartbeat, not moving or anything, just was, it just was, I'll never forget that. Like, it's just, I can't, like, it's hard. It's really hard. Hey guys, so it is like 4 a.m. My voice is like, ooh. I spent most of yesterday in shambles, and I'm not gonna say today won't be the same, but today's a new day. I talked to family, friends, and my boo a lot yesterday, and it just was a lot of like just support and questioning and just sadness. I did get a call back from my OB out of nowhere, and they wanted me to come in this morning at 9 a.m. to get another ultrasound. I did end up talking to my doctor. Like I said yesterday, the lady that I had yesterday was not my doctor. My doctor did talk to her, and I did end up, when they called for the ultrasound, I was like, why? And I don't know, I feel like I'm about to cry again. The front desk lady, obviously, she didn't have any information as to why my doctor wanted her to schedule another ultrasound. She was just following her instructions. So I scheduled it, and then I told her to send him a message and please have him give me a call, because I also got my HCG results back and it didn't make sense. And I just was like, because they're still high, and I just was like, I don't know what this means, and I don't want to stress myself out about it. Like, can you have him give me a call? So he ended up calling me last night around like 8:45, and I love my doctor. He's the type of doctor that will call you in his own personal time, that will come into the hospital to help you or deliver your baby or whatever on his off day. Like, he's just that type of doctor, and that's why I chose him, and that's why I continue to go to him. But because it was so late in the evening and I screened my calls, I did not answer the phone. Plus, I was on the phone with my man. So I didn't answer the phone, but he did send me an email through my patient portal, and he was just like apologizing for my loss and basically just saying, like, he told the doctor that I saw that checking my HCG levels would literally be a waste of time at this point, because of how far along in the pregnancy I was or am. And but he did say that like a second ultrasound would be fine, just for like, I guess, peace of mind, which I didn't ask for, so I guess that's nice of him. But I also feel like it's kind of like torture, because I don't want to see my baby like that again. But I understand why it's necessary, or maybe not even necessary, but like recommended, maybe, I don't know. So although I broke down yesterday in front of everybody. And although this is a very difficult situation, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, I guess reconfirm that he's gone. And my doctor also said in that email that he suggests at this point that I schedule a DNC, and we can schedule it on a day that he can do it for me. And I didn't want a DNC, but I understand. He was like, there's risks being this far along and not getting a DNC. So, I'm still going to think about it, because at the end of the day, it is up to me and what I feel is best. And he said that too. He was like, just think about it and, let my doctor that I saw yesterday, I'll see her again today. He's like, just let her know. And I'm just, this whole thing is hard. Wow. I told myself I was not going to cry on this part of the video because, I cried all day yesterday to the point where I was so mentally and physically exhausted. Like I couldn't move. I just was in the bed for the rest of the afternoon. I ordered pizza for the kids last night. I did tell the kids. Nobody was like crying or anything, which I was grateful for, but they were like visibly upset. So I'm trying to keep it together for them and myself, but them mostly. So obviously it's very hard. I am just devastated, upset. I keep running through my mind everything that has gone on these last few weeks, and I keep questioning everything. From me being sick to just everything. And then I was thinking also last night, this is really off topic, but I was thinking that I never really saw him move in my ultrasounds, and all my babies have moved. Even in the early stages of pregnancy, they just would bounce or move in some way, and this little baby never moved. Even when his heart was really strong, he just was always like in a little, like a little ball, and so I'm just like, was he ever gonna survive? Like, was this pregnancy ever gonna really be viable? And those are just questions that I probably will never get answers for. I do know that I'm gonna ask some more questions when I go in this morning, but I know they probably won't be able to tell me what happened or why, but maybe they can give me some more insight on things like this, because I've literally never been through this. So it's just been a lot. Last night I did do some research on like DNCs and that whole thing. I know I've had people close to me who've had them and before, and so I've already called, and had conversations of like their experience. I'm afraid of anesthesia, even though I've had surgery once in my life to remove glass out of my foot. It was like really simple. I was in 6th grade, but I've never had surgery as an adult or like been under anesthesia as an adult. So it scares me. And I trust my doctor, but I'm still scared, And he was honest with me and let me know that because of how far along I am or was, I don't know how to address it, but because of how far along I was, the chances of my body doing it naturally but doing it right are less than if I just go get a DNC. He's like, you could expel part of the pregnancy and still have some left. You could hemorrhage and then have to go to the ER and then have to be rushed to do an emergency DNC. And he's like, there are just risks when you're this far along. So I just can't. I don't even want to. Part of me doesn't even want to risk having an emergency DNC and him not being my doctor, or even having to hemorrhage and do all of that. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to, just because of scheduling and everything, but my boo is going to see if he can try and fly out. However, I know this is going to go fairly quickly, and we usually have at least a couple of weeks to prepare for things But I know that, you know, I can call my sister, she'll be there. I know I can call, you know, my mom. I have people that can be there, but I would really like if he would be there. So we'll see. So I will say, like, I kind of jumped ahead of myself, but, you know, I do feel like I would rather have the opportunity to plan and have the doctor that I trust do this procedure on me rather than chance it. And then I live 50 minutes away from the hospital that he services. So I would probably not, if I'm in emergency, I probably wouldn't go to that hospital. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of want to just plan to be at that hospital for him to do my procedure and for me to kind of be done with it. But then again, I am afraid of the procedure itself. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this so I can get it up for you guys just because. And then I'm going to figure out what the kids are gonna wear to school today and get that all planned out. And I just feel like everything's happening so fast. I feel like 2 days ago I was fine. I had no concerns in the world, and now I'm planning a DNC. That's just how quickly life happens. But everything happens for a reason. Just keep reminding myself that. But yeah, you guys, you know, if you want to leave some encouraging comments and prayers, please do. And I'll see you guys next time.